We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. Starting today, a Baltimore neighborhood is without a pharmacy. Why one city leader is blaming a rise in crime for that pharmacy closing up shop. A city organization aimed at curbing crime is now under federal investigation. Coming up, Fox 45 News is demanding answers from Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott. And countdown to shutdown. There are just hours left now to avert a government shutdown. We'll look at the spending bill the Senate is sending to President Biden's desk, what's included and what got cut. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. A live look right now of the White House, where President Biden is expected to sign a new funding bill averting a government shutdown.
On this vote, the yeas are 87, the nays are 11. The 60-vote threshold having been achieved, the bill is passed.
The Senate voting to pass the House's stopgap funding bill just last night. It maintains current funding levels until January 19th for some federal agencies and February 2nd for others. But the measure does not include any aid for Israel or Ukraine, which the president had requested. Lawmakers are expected to address those requests after the Thanksgiving holiday. Topping your local news now, starting today, one Baltimore City neighborhood is without a pharmacy. The only one in that area just closed up shop, and one city councilman is blaming a rise in juvenile crime in that area. Olivia Dance is demanding answers from city leaders about what they plan to do about soaring juvenile crime rates. Olivia.
This Walgreens behind me here on the corner of Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard and West Saratoga Street is closing today. Now, the pharmacy will stay open until 3 this afternoon, just like this sign here says. But yesterday was the last full day of operations for the Walgreens. So starting later today, residents in this area will be without a pharmacy. Councilman Eric Costello addressed the closure during a hearing on stolen cars. And he says the store and pharmacy is closing because it's plagued with juvenile crime. Take a listen to what he said.
From DJS on November 15th. That will be the last day of operations of the Walgreens at 312 North MLK Jr. Boulevard, which has been plagued by juvenile crime, which means the communities I represent in Heritage Crossing and then Townsend and the Terraces in Northeast Poppleton will be without a pharmacy because collectively we haven't done enough to get this situation under control. So I want everyone to be aware of the impact of November 15th and why that's a very important date to me.
As you just heard, Councilman Costello is upset, and again, many of the residents he represents will soon be without a pharmacy. Walgreens has not confirmed, though, that juvenile crime is behind the store's closing, but others in the neighborhood also talked about the crime they see on a regular basis. I spoke with one resident who told me about the crimes she's seen at this Walgreens.
It's a big concern. You know, they come in a pack of 20, 15, and come into the store and ambush the workers, snatch and grab, beat them up. So it's sad. I think they need to come down harder on these kids because the parents are participating in them. They need to hold them accountable for their kids.
This Walgreens is just the latest Baltimore business to close because of crime. Others include Eddie's of Mount Vernon and Lidl. And that resident you just heard from told me that other nearby businesses, including in this parking lot here, have also been impacted by juvenile crime. For now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Fox 45 News is continuing to demand transparency from Baltimore's Safe Streets program. We are taking our questions directly to Mayor Brandon Scott, and as Shannon Lilly shows us, it comes after a federal investigation into the program. Shannon.
Yeah, there are still a lot of unanswered questions about the Safe Streets program and its possible ties to the Black Guerrilla Family, or BGF, gang affiliation. Now, the mayor, though, says that anyone committing crimes who works for the city or an agency affiliated with the city, they will be held accountable. In fact, take a listen to how he responded when we pressed him on this further this week.
any individual that has those kind of ties will be dealt with through law enforcement.
Do you think that it's possible that taxpayer dollars are landing in the hands of gang members?
Mackenzie, I think that what we should say about that is we know what's possible. What's true is what's possible. And that's the only thing. The facts will come out in cases. You know, I'm not going to talk about an open federal investigation.
Now, before we could ask our other questions, Mayor Scott ended that news conference. So we followed up with the mayor's team asking these questions here. Would you support the state forensic auditors conducting an audit of Safe Streets money to ensure it's being spent properly? And given our recent reporting about the Safe Streets BGF connection dating back to 2010, how long have you known about the possible links? Those questions were not acknowledged by the mayor. Now remember, LifeBridge Health is the nonprofit running the Bel Air Edison Safe Streets site, which was the site that was raided. They told us 2 Safe Streets workers returned to work on October 31st. But now LifeBridge says only 1 employee is working because the other left the organization. Meanwhile, the 1 working employee is doing admin work off-site. And the Bel Air Edison Safe Streets location remains closed this morning. No word on when it will reopen. Reporting from City Hall, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
That brings us to our question of the day. Do you believe Mayor Brandon Scott is being transparent about Safe Streets? So far, 98% voted no. You can weigh in right now at foxbaltimore.com/vote and click on the Pulse tab. Making headlines, China's president says he is willing to be a partner and friend of the United States. President Xi Jinping made that comment after his meeting with President Biden during a dinner event in San Francisco with executives of American companies. Xi said that America should welcome a peaceful, stable, and prosperous China. Happening today, a Colorado judge could rule whether Donald Trump should be removed from the state's 2024 ballot. Lawyers representing a group of voters argued that Trump is ineligible for office under the 14th Amendment's insurrectionist ban for being engaged in the January 6th Capitol riots. Trump has denied any wrongdoing. 11:07 now. Here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number 1, a second trial date is now set for former Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby's second federal trial. It is set to begin January 18th with jury selection on January 16th. This trial centers around 2 charges of making false statements on loan applications. It comes after Mosby was found guilty of 2 counts of perjury last week. Trending number 2, city police are investigating a quadruple shooting. It happened along West Pratt and South Payson streets just after 9:30 last night. Officers were patrolling the area when they heard the gunshots. They found 3 victims at the scene. A 4th walked into the hospital a short time later. Trending number 3, a Parkville woman is facing an attempted murder charge for a road rage shooting. Police say 40-year-old Naisha Jackson got into a fight with another driver as they were going down MLK Boulevard last week. At first, the 2 drivers were throwing things at each other, but police say Jackson later pulled out a gun and fired it. No one was hurt in the shooting. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news, weather, anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. Still ahead, Thanksgiving is exactly 1 week away. Coming up, tips from an etiquette expert if you're going to be a house guest this holiday season. And Facebook's stance on misinformation is changing. The new, less strict rules the site is rolling out for political ads ahead of the 2024 presidential election. But first, will he face charges? A grand jury will meet today to decide if actor Alec Baldwin should be charged once and for all for that deadly shooting on set. Coming up, the charges he could face.
And we're getting ready for a gorgeous afternoon with temperatures 11 degrees above average. I'll let you know what you can expect as we get closer to Thursday night football's kickoff and my Weather Authority forecast.
Fox 45 News, winner of 16 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
11:10 now, and taking a look at your social stream. Today, a grand jury is expected to decide whether or not Alec Baldwin should be charged in the Rust movie shooting case. Prosecutors want to charge Baldwin after a previous involuntary manslaughter charge was dropped earlier this year. Now, if the grand jury convenes, they will vote in secret whether they think there is enough evidence to charge Baldwin with the crime. The case involves the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins, who was shot on set and died in 2021. Reaction. This has been an ongoing thing. One person saying why he's not in prison for killing a woman. Another one saying they should leave Alec Baldwin alone and try to find out who put that live round on the set. Meta, parent company of Facebook, will allow political ads this upcoming year, questioning the legitimacy of the 2020 election. The change was made last year, but is now expected to make a larger impact now that the 2024 election is nearing. According to the Wall Street Journal, the decision was made based on free speech considerations after weighing past elections when different groups contested outcomes. Your reaction? Because there isn't enough misinformation already clouding social and news media content. Another one saying they'd rather have money than stop lies. Donald Trump's social media site Truth Social may not last much longer. According to corporate filings, the site is burning cash and piling up losses so rapidly, accountants warn it might not survive unless it completes a long-delayed merger with Digital World. SEC filings show Trump Media and Technology Group has lost $31.6 million since the company launched in early 2021. Your reaction? So you're saying a conservative echo chamber of falsehoods is not a profitable business venture? He is my president no matter what. Two different sides there. Well, still ahead, the U.S. just said goodbye to the 3 pandas at the National Zoo, but could new pandas be given to the zoo? Coming up, what China's president is saying about a new partnership. And flying chickens, or at least flying chicken sandwiches. Coming up, how Chick-fil-A is testing a new drone delivery service. Time now, 11:13 on Fox 45 News Midday. (11:14) now. We are back with a live look over Towson. Things will be a bit warmer today with more sunshine. Coming up, a closer look at your weekend weather and your Ravens game day forecast. We are following breaking news here at the Live Center surrounding the Middle East. Israel is signaling that it may be expanding its ground operation into the southern part of the Gaza Strip. The Associated Press is reporting Israel's military dropped leaflets advising Palestinians to flee certain parts of southern Gaza. Local reporters confirmed seeing the leaflets to the AP. Israel's military previously dropped leaflets over part of northern Gaza ahead of the ground invasion there. Now, families of the Americans believed to be held hostage by Hamas met with lawmakers on Capitol Hill. The latest reports show at least 9 Americans are still missing. Overnight on Capitol Hill, police clashed with about 150 protesters outside the DNC headquarters. They were calling for a ceasefire in the war between Israel and Hamas. Happening today, jury deliberations are underway for the man accused of attacking then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband. David DePape is charged with assaulting the immediate family member of a federal official and attempted kidnapping of a federal official. DePape's lawyers do not dispute the fact that their client attacked Paul Pelosi, but say his motivation does not equate to the charges he is facing. It is deadline day for the United Auto Workers to approve a labor contract with General Motors, and that contract could potentially hit a roadblock. Members at several GM factories are voting against the proposed labor agreement. Of the roughly 16,000 GM workers who have voted so far, just 52% approved the contract. According to the UAW's website, the voting deadline is 4 p.m. today. A consumer alert for you now. Target is reporting a better than expected quarter. While sales were weaker than a year ago, earnings and revenue surpassed projections. Demand for beauty products picked up. Target recently debuted mini Ulta shops in their store. Overall, retail sales declined last month, but not as much as expected. A new report shows the drop was 0.1%. The slow decline of gas prices continues across the U.S. According to AAA, a gallon of gas is averaging $3.34. That is a decline of 6 cents when compared to a week ago and 26 cents from a month ago. Coming up tonight at 4, Fox 45's investigation into the Safe Streets program continues following multiple FBI raids and gang affiliation accusations. We press Mayor Brandon Scott on transparency. Following the federal trial of former Baltimore City State's Attorney Marilyn Mosby, what comes next for the former top prosecutor? Plus, the 2024 presidential election is heating up, why a majority of voters are looking to a third-party candidate. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:18 and now to today's talking point. Chick-fil-A wants to deliver your lunch to you via drone. It's currently testing that idea at a restaurant in Tampa Bay. The drone will reportedly fly a box with the customer's order to its destination and drop it off. The hope is to expand to other cities in the future. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. I'm part of this instant gratification, that we all want. Yes. But at some point, I don't know, when is enough? Because how many drones are we going to see in the skylines now going everywhere for everybody, delivering everything?
See, Patrice, we're interestingly on the same page most of the time, and I agree with you. I'm just thinking, I guess, Patrice, in order to stop the craziness that could happen, I bet you they're going to make it a federal charge if you knock a drone down. Because you're absolutely right. It's going to be, once we open up this box, we're going to see drones everywhere, and people like us, the instant gratification people, are going to be ordering Amazon, ordering stuff from Chick-fil-A, pizza.
And so maybe
pets.
maybe we will, but maybe we don't need to. Because I'm not sure I want to see the sky just littered with drones. That's interrupting my view of God,
you know what,
nature.
Patrice, write that song right now. It'll be a hit because it's getting ready to happen next year.
Okay.
Skies delivered with the drones.
I'm on it. All right. It's time now for your wild and wonderful weather. We've got meteorologist Jasmine Lomax here.
Thanks, Patrice. We are taking a look at Virginia. This is Glasgow. Coming in from last night, these are photos of a fire, and you can see just the trees covered in that fire. So we take a look at a few more photos. It's burned several acres. Now, this is for parts of the Shenandoah Valley. Still seeing fire conditions this morning, and as a result, parts of our region are looking at unhealthy air quality, especially for parts of western Maryland and into West Virginia. Even parts of Virginia Virginia where that fire is. Now we're in an area of yellow, meaning moderate air quality, but as you step outside, you may notice that it looks a little more hazy than usual. You'll really notice that for areas west where we have that lower air quality. So just be prepared for that. Part of the reason why we do have those fire conditions is because it's been very, very dry. Areas in red dealing with an extreme drought. Parts of DC and even Virginia only had less than an inch of rain since October 1st. So it's been dry around our entire region. For the Baltimore area, we're talking a moderate drought, but we do have rain on the way tomorrow night. And then next week, right before Thanksgiving, more rain. So that should help to improve those drought conditions. 63 currently with plenty of sunshine over Baltimore. We're mainly seeing the 50s and 60s with sunny skies around the state. And as we head into the afternoon, a nice warm up. We're talking the upper 60s and possibly the low 70s for some. So you'll enjoy a nice afternoon. Around our region, pretty dry, but that air quality alert is in place for parts of Virginia where we're seeing those fire conditions. Into the afternoon, we'll have a few more clouds, but we do start to clear out right around kickoff for the game tonight. If you're going to that, be prepared for cool temperatures starting off in the 50s, ending in the 40s. We'll stay nice and dry as we head into the morning, but by the night, we'll have our next chance for showers. So gorgeous today for Thursday night football, 50s and 40s, then tomorrow 71. Only 58 on Saturday with a chance for a few early showers, 59 on Sunday. Then as we head into the upcoming week, we'll have showers before Thanksgiving, mid-50s on Thanksgiving, and the low 50s after that. Back to you.
All right, Jasmine, thank you. Grabbing your afternoon coffee could come with longer lines. Coming up, why Starbucks workers are walking off the job today. And if you grab lunch with friends, splitting the bill is about to get even easier. The new feature, Venmo, is rolling out for shared bills. And a big night of TV at 8, it's Hell's Kitchen. Then at 9, it's Lego Masters. Then it's Fox 45 News at 10, followed by the late edition at 11. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. Venmo is announcing new changes aimed at making it easier to split bills. The mobile payment app is rolling out Venmo Groups. It's a new way to split, manage, and settle various expenses between multiple people. The update will allow for groups to add expenses to a payment over time and see who owes what without having to use outside apps to organize and calculate the payments. China may be sending new pandas to the U.S. After his meeting with President Biden, President Xi Jinping said that China is ready to continue its cooperation with Americans on panda conservation. He said the bears are envoys of friendship between the Chinese and American people. This comes after 3 pandas at the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. recently began their trip back to China. China first gifted a pair of pandas to the National Zoo back in 1972, ahead of the normalization of U.S. and Chinese relations. Time now for your lunch break. Grabbing an afternoon coffee could be harder than normal today. That's because thousands of Starbucks workers at more than 200 locations across the U.S. are going on a one-day strike today. The Workers United Union organized this expected walkout. It comes amid the effort to unionize the company's stores. The union says it expects more than 5,000 workers to take part in today's walkout. This walkout comes on Starbucks' annual Red Cup Day, where the chain gives away thousands of reusable cups to customers who order holiday drinks. Well, that's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark, back to tell us.
Oh, no. Where am I going to get my venti smosh kosh raj kosh from? Be More Lifestyle coming up next. Stick around.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle Live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with comedian Big Fred and meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Good morning, everybody. Let me tell you right now.
Happy Friday.
Thanksgiving is exactly 1 week away. If you'll be a house guest this holiday season, etiquette experts say there are protocols you should keep in mind. They include arriving on time and adapting your schedule to the host schedule. That means not sleeping in if everyone else is up early. Also, don't expect to use your host's cars. Rent one or call an Uber unless your host insists you use theirs. Ooh. Big Fred, I know you got jokes on the holiday. These are interesting. Okay, what do you feel about these rules, protocols?
I don't know about them rules. I got my own. Look, man, if you are
Give us three,
guest,
Fred.
Number one, let's get it. If you are a guest, do not get in line first to get the food. You know what I mean? Like, people done slaved.
Why not?
Because they need to reward themselves. If you're a guest, you need to wait. You need
Act
to
like a guest.
subconsciously understand that it need to be a good amount of people to get their food before you do.
Okay, one more, Fred.
Just come in and be first. Especially if you
One
just
more,
came in
Fred.
late. All right, one more. Try to bring something. You know what I mean? Some
That's right.
flowers,
Bring
something to put on the
napkins. You can bring
table,
napkins.
Some drinks.
Yeah,
you know what
definitely.
I mean?
So, Lady T, you have a big family.
Oh, yeah.
I know, and you got island folk. Give us some rules, because it seems like your family, if you make the wrong turn, you can get
So
embarrassed.
basically for Caribbean people and black people, and just
Caribbean.
everybody in general, don't show up on time. This is a lie.
That never happens. That
Food
never
is never
happens.
ready on time. They always
Facts.
say 4, but they don't start plating and everything till 6. Okay?
Wow.
No, it's not restaurant
Are you
quality.
giving up the? Oh wow.
I don't like it. I be like, come on, yo, you told me 4 o'clock, the food ain't done and everything ain't set up till 6. I'm disappointed.
We say dinner's at this time, and everyone shows up 2 hours later. We said 1 o'clock. That's
Wow. So people
Trick them. No, you try to trick
Wow.
them.
But you know
Okay.
they're about to be there at 4.
They were there.
We want you to tell it, are you
Yeah.
traveling for Thanksgiving or will you be staying at home? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on the Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody's talking about, okay? As the year comes to an end, there's the countdown to the highly anticipated word of the year. Merriam-Webster puts out the word each year, and this year, Kraft is petitioning for the word moist to be that word. The company, which makes mayo, urges the word moist has been unjustifiably degraded in recent years. Many people calling it a cringe word.
I did cringe
That gives
just
them
now.
the icks.
I cringed just
Does
now.
the word moist give you a problem,
Can
Lady
you
T?
not say it like that? That's nasty.
moist?
Can you not?
I don't know what cringe talking about. If cringe means smile, I guess.
That's not.
Every time I hear the word moist, I smile.
Wow. Let me tell you something.
I like moist cake. I like
moist cake.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I know you do.
Moist ain't
Jasmine, does moist make you icky?
That's just weird to say. Who says that?
Does moist
No one
make you
uses
icky?
that on
Does
a
moist make you
regular
sticky?
basis.
Oh,
Why
it
is
does.
Why do they want that to be the word of the
Moist
year?
is
No
used
one
a lot
says
these
that.
days.
I don't know why they
you-
want it to be the word of the year, but it could be my word of the year. I
No,
like moist.
no.
Okay,
Fred,
so
we're
you're
not
saying
gonna
no.
let that- I'm
Me
not
and
gonna do
Fred
that.
say yes. The lady say no.
No, we're
Fine.
not up here moist.
Well-
This is not the vibe.
Well,
right now.
speaking of moist, Swifties, who won a new Christmas album,
How do you transition
from Taylor
from
Swift.
moist to Swiftie?
they just got their wish.
No.
You know why? At least one new song from her while she's rumored to be dating Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce.
Hey.
It's his brother's team, the Philadelphia Eagles, who appear to be promoting her on their upcoming Christmas album. Fans say they spotted Taylor in the album's cartoon artwork. Of course, Taylor grew up in Pennsylvania and called herself an Eagles fan during her May concert in Philly.
She did.
So there you go. There it is.
Shout out to DeAndre Swift, you know what I mean? Running back for the Eagles. That's probably a cousin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's multicultural.
He's
you know
so
what I mean?
handsome. He's so handsome.
Oh, is he?
Okay.
Yes. Oh my
Maybe
gosh.
maybe they are related.
You always, I always know the handsome quarterback, so you know what's up.
Oh,
But I
no.
feel like they just want clicks for this because she has nothing to do with the team.
No,
That's smart,
especially
though.
not right now.
They just want the clicks. They just want
Beyonce and Taylor,
They
put them
just
on whatever.
They just want to be up there, you know, because of course she's doing it for, you know, her booze team. So they try to do it for their team.
Is
so.
this? I got a question for you guys to wrap things up. Are they going to make it through the new year? Taylor and Kelce.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they might not make it to the end of the year.
Married by spring.
That's the end of the year.
They're going to watch Lamar
Okay, Big
together.
Fred, are you anywhere this weekend? Where can people catch you?
Oh, man.
Comedian Big Fred.
Where am I at this
He's the
weekend?
best.
Oh, man, watch the Ravens game tonight.
He said, watch the Ravens.
Baltimore Crown Awards. Y'all can vote for me, Baltimore Crown Comedian of the Year. and event host.
Big Fred, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what's
Lady
up.
T, of
Congrats.
course, we'll see you later in the show, Jazz. And Lady T, of course, we'll see you in our minds.
Yes.
Heart. In our heart. Christmas will be here. Christmas is going to be here before you know it. And this year, some gifts are getting retro. Coming up, the toys that are making a comeback this year. But first, with family and friends gathering this holiday, keeping your house clean is a top priority. Coming up, an easy way to freshen up your living space. We want a fresh, moist living space.
Ew.
Stick around.
Yes.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
And temperatures are falling, and that means more time inside. From odors to dust and allergens, it won't take long for the air in your home to get a little gross. Genevieve Gorder is here with a deal that will make things not moist. They'll make them fresh. Coming up, check it out.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
The space we live in is so important to all of us, and that really starts with the base of a healthy, clean home, including the air that we breathe. And there are so many pollutants that can affect the air inside of our homes, from our pets, dust, allergens. What's the solution? Here's one. This is the Clean Light Air. It's super compact, easy to use. It even fits in the cup holder of your car. It's an air filter that can remove up to 99.9% of particles you don't want in your house, like smoke, odors, pet dander, air pollution. And this thing is small, but really mighty. It can purify up to 161 square feet at a time. So think about it in your office, your kid's dorm room, for a small bedroom. So many people love using these in the kitchen while they're cooking. Even if you've never thought about the air quality in your space before, you will absolutely feel the difference right away with this product. Place them anywhere your pet hangs out, or when you're going somewhere running errands, put it in your car. It's super quiet. It's super easy to use. And another thing I love, you can charge your devices at the same time. There's a USB port. Add your favorite essential oil to the sponge inside so the air will not only be clean, it will smell great. And today we're offering a 2-for-1. Both of these for the price of less than you normally pay for just one. Take advantage of this deal. Go to asadeals.com.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Hasbro, Demdeco, VTech, Hand to Mind, and Universal.
The holidays are rapidly approaching. Today, lifestyle expert Elizabeth Warner joins us to share some exceptional gift ideas for the kids in our lives. Hey, Elizabeth, how you doing?
Hello, Lady T. Thank you so much for having me.
Always. Okay, so can you tell us, do you have any classic toys making a comeback this season?
All right, let's jump right in with someone you might recognize. This is my friend Furby. Furby is back, brought to us by Hasbro. Now, Furby's evolved a little bit, but still remains a best friend to our little ones and encourages our little ones to be their authentic selves. Now, Furby's Glow Up shows us a new shape, a new fur hawk on top there, and eyes like the original Furby. Now comes in 2 colors, has 5 voice activated modes, over 600 reactions, including light sights, sounds, and 10 unique songs. And we can turn Furby off at the end of the day when it's time. Now, when it comes to a beautiful new tradition, this is it. Santa's kindness ornament and journal. We know that the world needs kindness. Well, this enhances the magic of the season by letting our little ones actually talk directly with the big guy. That's Santa. Scan the ornament with a phone or tablet. Santa magically appears in these great video messages all the way through the month of December, even as Santa's prepping for the big flight. This is VTech GoGo Smart Wheels Fast and Friendly Garage. This is a beautiful new interactive garage playset. It has a really cool spiral track, a talking race car that's actually activated when it goes over smart points throughout the actual playset. There's a car wash, a convenience store, a gas station. Now, when it comes to math, it can be fun now. This is the Number Blocks Step Squad Mission Headquarters from Hand to Mind. This is a smash hit on Netflix. I love this show. The music is fab. But it brings the playtime from the screen right into our homes, encouraging our little ones to fall in love with numbers. They can create their own packed adventures while learning about math. We're talking about counting, recounting, sequencing, and really getting a great hold on those early math skills. Now, when it comes to construction, Lego, this is Gabby's Dollhouse, featuring iconic moments, characters, and scenes from the hit show, streaming on Netflix. They're going to build it from the ground up, and then they're going to have loads of role play with all of the bright, colorful rooms, the elevator, loads of activities. They can bake in the kitchen, get creative in the art room, play the piano in the music room. It comes with 4 popular characters from the show: Gabby, Pandy Paws, Kiki, and Mercat.
All right, now tell all our people where they can go for more information.
Yes, you can go to our website, which is WernerInfo.com.
Excellent. Thank you so much for joining us today, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much.
All right, till next time.
Still ahead, we're taking a closer look at our health this holiday. Coming up, how new research is offering a better understanding of blood cancers and diseases. But first, taking a digital detox, how unplugging can be a good way to recharge this holiday season.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Motorola Razr.
In a world constantly buzzing with digital noise, finding peace and enhancing mental health well-being is crucial. Joining us now to talk about the importance of taking technology breaks to nurture our mental well-being and share new tech features that can help us achieve that is lifestyle and tech expert Haley Bright. Haley, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. So, Haley, tell us a little bit more about the concept of digital detox and some of its benefits.
Yeah, so digital detoxing is basically taking a break from our favorite electronic devices for an extended amount of time. So that could be 30 minutes to 3 hours, but it's basically unplugging so that we are spending more time in the world around us. And the benefits are amazing. Everything from increased and better sleep to less stress and anxiety to more quality time with friends and family. It's absolutely amazing.
And what are examples of tech features that can help us achieve a digital detox?
So a lot of smartphones right now have something built in called screen time, and that tells you how much time you spend on your phone and certain apps, but it doesn't really stop you from using your apps, right? It just kind of gives you the knowledge. But one of my favorite new features that's out in the market right now is called Moto Unplugged from Motorola, and it's on the Razr and the Razr Plus. And it's great for like unplugging and spending more time with friends and family. You go in, it's easy to use. You go into the Moto Unplugged feature, and then you select the apps and the contacts that you want that can access you during your unplugged time. And then you only have access to those. So when you're checking your phone and you're unplugged and you're like, oh, I really want to scroll Instagram, it's not even available on your phone. And if you want to access it, you have to enter a password to exit the unplugged session. So it really makes you think twice about scrolling social media for hours on end.
Okay, so what are other features of the Motorola Razr that can help us support our mental health well-being?
So they have an external small display, which is great because you can access the time, you can scroll across and see the weather, the media, your contacts, your calendar. So you can, and you can get notifications from this. So you can access everything from this external display. And then if you want something a little bit larger, you can do the Razr Plus, and it has this really nice large external display. You can do text messages and emails, but all without having to go back into your phone and, you know, re-engaging with technology. So you can really stay unplugged there.
Haley, a lot of cool things there. I appreciate that. So where can we go for more information?
You can go to Motorola.com for more information on the Razr and Moto Unplugged.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us, okay?
Thanks for having me.
All right, take care. Time now for your wild and wonderful weather with meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Jasmine.
Thanks, Mark. We are heading down to Florida, and we're taking a look at this video of damage in Miami Beach. This is from a non-tropical storm. You can see that damage, trees knocked over, trees on top of cars, just awful damage coming there as they dealt with tropical storm-like conditions, and that was from a low-pressure system. It's still leading to areas of rain across parts of Florida, so certainly keeping an eye on the conditions there. Lots of rain and storm conditions, gusty winds. Here, it's much drier, but we are actually looking at some lower air quality. In yellow, we're under moderate, which isn't bad, but as we look west for parts of West Virginia and Virginia, we see that unhealthy air quality, and that's all because of smoke over the Shenandoah Valley due to fires there. So it does appear a little bit hazy in the background from that smoke. It's something that you may notice today. Just keep an eye on that. 63 for the current temperature with sunny skies here and around most of the state. Temperatures are mainly in the 50s and the 60s at this time, but over the next few hours, we'll rise to the upper 60s, low 70s. Will be about 11 degrees above average for this time of year, and that's going to set up nicely for Thursday night football. We're looking at the 50s and then the 40s by the end of the game. We'll have a few more clouds this afternoon. Then for the night, we start off with nice and dry weather and mostly clear skies. We'll stay mostly clear overnight, waking up to a few more clouds tomorrow morning. We'll stay dry through the afternoon, but into the night, we have the next chance for rain all ahead of a cold front. Showers will taper early Saturday, so the day doesn't look to be a washout. We'll stay dry as the upcoming week begins, but it's Tuesday and Wednesday when we'll have the next chance for a few showers. If you'll be traveling for Thanksgiving, that's something that could impact your plans, so be sure to keep an eye on conditions as we continue to update them. 69 this afternoon, keeping numbers above average. Then as we get closer to kickoff tonight, 54. By the end of the game, we're looking at 48, so you may want the layers if you will be going to the game tonight. 71 tomorrow, even warmer, then 58 behind the cold front. 59 on Sunday. After that, dry on Monday before showers on Tuesday and Wednesday. 54 and sunny on Thanksgiving, cooler after that. Back to you.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by GSK.
10 years ago, former Queer Eye star and interior designer Tom Felicia donated his bone marrow to his brother who had been diagnosed with myelofibrosis. It's a complex blood cancer that affects nearly 25,000 people in the U.S. We're thrilled to have Tom here today with Dr. Kirkendall to discuss a new GSK initiative. Tom and Doc, welcome. How are you?
We're great. Thank you for having us.
So, Tom, starting with you, what was your role in helping your brother navigate this disease?
Well, 10 years ago, my brother was diagnosed, as you said, with myelofibrosis, and we had no idea what it was. It came out of left field, and it was a very scary moment because there was no information that was readily available to us about what it was and how to help navigate his health care. So he was just kind of dealing with this sort of, as it sort of happened in real time, and it was very scary. So that is why I've teamed up with GSK and to be a part of the Mapping Myelofibrosis initiative.
What is myelofibrosis? Can you break it down for us? And what is unique about this disease?
Yeah, absolutely. So myelofibrosis is really one of these, it's in a group of diseases we call myeloproliferative neoplasms. These are chronic blood diseases or blood cancers where the bone marrow tries to make too many blood cells. When that happens, the bone marrow gets crowded. It leads to inflammation and fibrosis or scar tissue that forms in the bone marrow. It becomes not a good place to make blood cells. And so you start making them in other places like the spleen. The spleen gets enlarged sometimes. That can cause problems. Also, you don't make enough blood cells of some types and too many of others. And it's associated with a lot of symptoms in some patients: fevers, chills, night sweats, bone pain, weight loss. So this can be real problematic. And I think what's unique about this disease is every patient is very, very different. Completely different symptoms from patient to patient. And so as a rare disease with really variable symptoms, this can create a situation where patients feel like they're alone. They don't know what to do. If they do know another patient, they have completely different symptoms. And so mappingmf.com and the Mapping Myelofibrosis initiative allows patients to go on, hear stories from other patients that may be similar to them, hear from physicians, understand where they can get good, reliable information, and really become their own best advocate as they navigate this disease.
Tom, tell us about the exciting projects you have in the works, and also where can people get more resources and information about this?
Well, right now we're looking at December 16th for an evening with the Fab Five, so you can go to Ticketmaster to find out about that. And to get more information on mapping myelofibrosis, go to mappingmf.com, and you can also go to Mapping Myelofibrosis on Facebook.
Guys, thanks so much for this great information, okay?
Thank you
so much for having us.
Thanks, Mark.
Take care. Still ahead, Thanksgiving is exactly 1 week away. Coming up, tips from an etiquette expert if you'll be a house guest this holiday season. Thanksgiving is exactly 1 week away. If you'll be a house guest this holiday season, etiquette experts say there are protocols you should keep in mind. They include arriving on time and adapting your schedule to your host schedule. That means not sleeping in if everyone else is up early. Also, don't expect to use your host's cars, rent one, or call an Uber unless your host insists you use theirs. And we wanted you to tell it, are you traveling for Thanksgiving or will you be staying home? Right now, 51% say you are hosting. Okay. Great show lined up for tomorrow. More and more millennials are deciding not to have kids. Coming up, how it's impacting the nation's birth rate and the top 2 reasons millennials are deciding to forego having kids.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@foxbaltimore.com.
And as always, thank you for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hey, we need the follows, okay? Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow.